Fat buds, or fatty buds, are a term that could refer to various plant structures, but without more context, it's important to clarify that we might be discussing buds in general, such as those of cannabis or certain plants known for their high fat or oil content. The potential health impacts of fatty buds, including any links to cancer, would depend largely on the type of plant in question. If we are talking about cannabis, which is known for its fat, resin-rich buds, there is an ongoing debate regarding it has been shown to have certain medicinal benefits, including pain relief and anti-inflammatory properties. Some studies also suggest that cannabis may even have anti-cancer properties due to compounds like cannabinoids, particularly CBD, which could potentially inhibit the growth of certain cancer cells. However, smoking cannabis, like smoking tobacco, can produce harmful chemicals and carcinogens that could increase the risk of lung cancer and other respiratory issues. Therefore, while cannabis may have some cancer-fighting properties, smoking or inhaling it might still carry health risks, especially if used in excess. On the other hand, if the term fat buds refers to other plants, such as those rich in healthy oils or fats, these are generally not linked to cancer and might even help prevent it. For example, certain oils extracted from plant buds like those from flax or hemp, contain omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to support overall health and may reduce the risk of cancer by lowering inflammation in the body. In general, plant buds rich in healthy oils or fats are not considered a direct cause of cancer. However, any food or substance consumed in excessive amounts or improperly processed could potentially have negative health effects. It's essential to consume plant-based products in moderation and to follow health guidelines to ensure that you are reaping their benefits without overexposure to harmful compounds. If you meant a specific type of fat bud or are referring to a particular plant or food product, please provide more details so that I can offer more specific information. How to remove accumulated fat? It's a common misconception that we gain weight simply because we don't use our bodies enough compared to how much we eat. In reality, weight gain is often influenced by environmental factors. To understand weight gain, it's important to grasp the concept of fat accumulation. I recommend focusing on the most cost-effective diet approach. The typical belief that dieting will help you lose weight is widespread, but it's often misunderstood. Many people think dieting is about eating less to lose weight. However, the term diet comes from the Greek word for eating and refers to business or restaurant management, not just weight loss. The true goal of dieting is not merely losing weight but improving your health. Dieting should be seen as a recovery process for your body, where unnecessary weight naturally falls off as your health improves. Gaining weight doesn't necessarily indicate prosperity or good living. It often means we are eating too much of the wrong things, leading to excess body fat. Excess calories are stored as fat, and this fat can contribute to inflammation and obesity, which are often seen as side effects of poor health practices. I emphasize that you should not rely on trendy diet pills or beauty-related supplements. The truth is that these diets may not be very effective for long-term weight loss and can even have harmful side effects, such as the yo-yo effect, where weight is lost and then quickly regained. Though dieting has been used to treat liver disease, it can sometimes cause serious side effects. The popularity of low-carb, high-fat diets or high-carb diets shows that there are still many misconceptions about what nutrients are necessary. It's clear that protein and fat are essential nutrients, but so are vitamins and minerals. In the past, particularly in the 1970s and 1980s, fat was blamed for all diseases. However, it has since been revealed that refined carbohydrates, not fat, were the true culprits behind many health issues. Carbohydrates, especially sugar, contribute significantly to our health problems. So, when following a low-carb, high-fat diet, or severely restricting essential nutrients, it's critical to remember that a balanced diet is key. This is especially true in developed countries, where nutrient imbalances can lead to negative side effects. Bad eating habits, such as consuming too much energy or unhealthy foods, often lead to excess fat storage in the body. Over time, these toxins build up in ways that can be fatal. If these toxins accumulate in critical organs like the heart or brain, they can lead to serious health problems or even death. Therefore, understanding that weight gain is not just a matter of eating more than we burn is important. It is also about environmental factors and how our body handles excess toxins. In terms of representative carbohydrates, for example, I enjoy tteokbokki, a popular Korean dish. Tteokbokki is delicious, but it's important to remember that moderation is key when incorporating foods like this into your diet. Overcoming sugar addiction and healthy eating habits. Sugar has become so ingrained in our diets that it feels like a part of our culture, especially with foods like tteokbokki and bread. But I realized that I had become addicted to sugar. It's important to recognize that sugar is sweet, and naturally, humans have always been attracted to sweet tastes. This is why we are drawn to fruits, which have been our primary source of nourishment throughout history. To break free from processed sweetness, we need to start focusing on natural sweetness. The key here is simple. I've decided to stop eating processed foods like tteokbokki and bread. I can't give up pizza, but I now replace processed sugars with sweet fruits, which contain natural fructose. This is a practical and effective way to reduce sugar intake. I'm sharing this advice because it works. It's simple, quick, and incredibly beneficial for those looking to kick their sugar cravings. When it comes to food intake and digestion, it's important to follow a natural cycle. I recommend eating between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day, allowing the body to digest and absorb nutrients properly. This aligns with the body's natural rhythms. The digestive cycle occurs during this time, while the discharge cycle happens between 4 a.m. and 12 p.m. This means that from early morning until noon, the body should focus on expelling toxins. During this period, consuming milk, cereal, or processed bread is not ideal. The intake of coffee also complicates this process, as it can disrupt the body's regeneration and detoxification efforts. Our bodies are designed to digest and excrete in a natural rhythm, and eating outside of these cycles can cause imbalances. Modern society, however, doesn't always align with these natural cycles. We're often pushed to eat 3 meals a day, with breakfast being particularly emphasized. But it's important to understand that eating breakfast doesn't necessarily guarantee better health. The real change comes from minimizing overeating. One of my best recommendations is to eat apples. Apples are accessible everywhere, and even the blemished ones are sold at a discount. In countries like Korea, apples are available year-round and are affordable, often priced under 1,000 won. Apples are widely recognized for their health benefits and are even provided in hospitals globally. Eating an apple in the morning is an excellent way to wake up your body and get a natural energy boost. Incorporating intermittent fasting into your routine can also make a huge difference. Methods like 16:8 or 20:4, where you fast for 16 to 20 hours and eat within a limited window, can help your body reset. Essentially, you don't eat between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. While this might sound challenging, it's aligned with how our bodies were naturally designed to function. The issue arises when we've been used to eating late-night snacks or indulging in unhealthy foods like fried chicken or pig's feet. Starting intermittent fasting can be tough, especially if you've been accustomed to unhealthy eating habits. It's crucial not to jump straight into a fasting schedule like 16:8 or 20:4 all at once, as it may be too harsh for your body. It's better to ease into it gradually, perhaps fasting only in the mornings for a couple of weeks, and then limiting late-night snacking. However, it's important to remember that fasting alone doesn't guarantee better health. Everyone's body is different, and fasting should be approached based on individual needs and situations. Don't feel pressured to follow a specific schedule just because it's trendy. Additionally, it's not advisable to rely solely on diet-functional foods under the guise of being healthy. Some people try extreme diets like the banana or grape diet, but these restrictive practices can be harmful in the long run. Even a sweet potato diet, which is just one food, might be more beneficial than relying on highly processed health foods. Humans can actually survive fasting for extended periods, even up to 60 days, but it's essential to be mindful of what you're consuming. If you consume highly concentrated extracts or processed foods during fasting, it can damage your liver and kidneys over time, leading to more serious health problems. Although weight loss may occur initially, such extreme measures can lead to the yo-yo effect, where you lose and regain weight rapidly, which can cause chronic inflammation and other long-term health issues. The key is to adopt a balanced approach to eating, focusing on natural foods and listening to your body's natural rhythms for better health and sustained weight management. The worst diets are often those that are short-term, lasting just a few days, and include chemical additives. I've seen many diets that are designed for a week, or even cycles of 20 to 21 days, but I strongly advise against following such diets. They might cost less, but they are not sustainable or healthy in the long run. If I were to recommend a method for improving health and losing weight, it would be through abdominal breathing. This is a natural method that works on strengthening the body without relying on restrictive diets. Babies naturally breathe with their stomachs, but as we grow older, many people start breathing with their chests instead. This shift in breathing habits means that our internal organs and the 5 vital organs, the lungs, liver, heart, kidneys, and digestive organs, don't get the full benefit of movement. This is why people on diets often don't lose belly fat or improve the health of their internal organs. When you breathe through your nose, make sure to let your stomach expand. As you exhale, especially when bent forward, apply gentle pressure, but don't suck your stomach in completely. This is a technique known as dantian breathing. It helps to build strength in your lungs and is an excellent practice that only takes 5 minutes a day. Even with regular abdominal breathing, you'll notice that visceral fat gradually breaks down. This kind of breathing works similarly to meditation. To practice it, close your eyes for a moment and focus only on your breathing, letting your thoughts fade away. Inhale through your nose, allowing your stomach to push out, but resist the urge to raise your shoulders. This is common when people breathe with their chests. Inhale for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 7 to 8 seconds. At first, you might feel dizzy, but after a short session, many people report that their eyes feel clearer. Office workers, for example, might find this technique particularly helpful. Instead of reaching for a coffee, try taking a short, mindful break to meditate and focus on your breath. Even just 1 minute of doing this can help your body relax, especially your nasal muscles, and improve your diet efforts. Dieting is no longer just about losing weight, it's about restoring health. One of the first steps toward regaining our health is moving away from processed foods and focusing on eating real, living food. Real, living food is food that hasn't been heavily processed or heated, as it retains its natural enzymes. When you replace processed foods with these healthier alternatives, you prevent chronic inflammation in your body. It's also important to understand that the speed at which our body discharges toxins plays a significant role in health. When the body can expel toxins effectively, it can naturally heal itself. If you've tried both Eastern and Western medicine, as well as health supplements, I encourage you to try a simpler, more natural approach. Dieting isn't about burning calories or following trendy fitness regimens. Instead, it's about restoring the body's natural balance. To begin this process, start by eliminating foods that you shouldn't be eating for at least 2 to 3 weeks. The old notion of losing weight through exercise alone no longer holds true. You need to focus on recovery and healing. This means moving away from calorie-counting diets, which are simply a marketing tactic designed to drive sales. The real focus should be on restoring the body's natural healing abilities through balanced eating and mindful practices. Have you ever walked by the smell of freshly grilled pork ribs on a charcoal grill? That tempting aroma can make your mouth water. But if you feel an overwhelming urge to stop and smell it, you might want to think twice. It could be an early sign of dementia, and you should see a doctor immediately for an early diagnosis. Dementia is not just an issue for the person affected, it's a family affair. The impact is deep, affecting everyone close to the patient. Sometimes, it can even shake the very foundation of a family, making it a frightening disease to deal with. For many elderly people, it's a fear that they may lose control of their own lives, doing things they never imagined, like forgetting basic daily tasks or becoming confused. This is the reality of dementia, and it's a scary thought, but there is hope. The best way to prevent dementia is to catch it early. Early detection is crucial because, once the disease progresses, the chances of fully recovering brain function are slim. In fact, it's rare to see someone completely return to their previous state after treatment. That's why it's vital to recognize the warning signs as soon as possible and take action. By doing so, you can slow its progression and manage it with professional help. The goal is to preserve health and happiness, and today, I want to talk about something that concerns many of us: dementia. Whether it's about identifying early symptoms, distinguishing between false dementia and real dementia, or adopting preventive habits and foods, I'll cover it all. This information is crucial not just for yourself, but for your family's well-being too, so I encourage you to stick with me until the end. So, what exactly is dementia? Medically speaking, dementia refers to various causes that damage brain function, resulting in a persistent decline in cognitive abilities. This impacts a person's ability to live independently and manage daily tasks. To put it simply, dementia occurs when cognitive abilities deteriorate to the point where someone can no longer manage their daily life on their own. However, if cognitive decline occurs but the person can still manage their daily life, it's classified as a pre-dementia stage, which is something to keep an eye on for early intervention. Dementia is a disease that, surprisingly, is becoming increasingly close to us. It's not just something we hear about in passing, it's approaching rapidly, especially in our country. Right now, around 10% of seniors aged 65 and older are diagnosed with dementia, and the numbers only get higher with age. Among seniors aged 85 or older, about 25% are affected. That means 1 in 4 people in that age group will face dementia. Dementia is a prevalent disease, but what can we do to recognize it early? Are there warning signs that appear before the disease takes full hold? Most of us don't think about it until we see odd behaviors, but surprisingly, dementia can start showing signs much earlier than we realize. One of the first and most surprising signs to look out for involves smell. A study conducted by the University of Chicago tested the olfactory functions of 296 older adults. They evaluated their ability to detect 5 different smells, and they found something unexpected. People who had trouble identifying these scents were more likely to develop dementia within 5 years. This showed that the sense of smell could be one of the first indicators of cognitive decline. The study focused on testing smells like fish and orange leather, but it may not always be practical for us here in the US. So, what can we do? Thankfully, researchers have adapted the test for our local context. Here, the scent of ginseng charcoal grilled ribs has been chosen as an indicator. It's a powerful, herbal smell that is familiar to many of us, and it's easy to find in local environments. By using this specific scent, we can test whether someone is experiencing a decline in their sense of smell. If someone around you is unable to distinguish between certain common smells, such as the scent of grilled ribs, it could indicate a potential issue. If that's the case, it's important to seek help immediately and visit a dementia care center or hospital. Early intervention can make all the difference in slowing down the progression of the disease. But why is smell so closely tied to dementia? The answer lies in the brain. Our sense of smell is one of the first abilities to deteriorate when dementia begins to take hold. The olfactory nerve, which is responsible for detecting odors, is connected to brain regions that are also affected by dementia. When harmful substances accumulate in the brain, they can reduce the function of the olfactory nerve, leading to a diminished sense of smell. In fact, this reduction in smell sensitivity can sometimes be one of the first signs of dementia, and many people don't even realize it's happening. This connection between smell and brain health highlights the importance of paying attention to such subtle changes, as they can serve as early warning signs for cognitive decline. Smell plays a significant role in our memories, often evoking powerful connections. For instance, imagine walking down the street and catching the scent of sizzling pork belly cooking. The moment you smell it, you're instantly transported to memories of enjoying a samgyeopsal meal with friends or family. This connection between smell and memory is made possible by neurotransmitters in the brain. However, when these pathways are damaged by harmful substances, the ability to recognize smells can fade. People with early signs of dementia may no longer be able to recognize even familiar odors, or they may lose their ability to recall related memories. In fact, changes in smell perception can sometimes serve as an early warning sign of dementia, detected up to 5 years before the disease fully develops. But the loss of smell is not the only symptom to watch out for. There are other signs of dementia that are important to recognize, even when someone seems otherwise healthy. It's crucial to understand that memory loss, often associated with dementia, is one of the most common symptoms. However, it's important not to confuse this with ordinary forgetfulness, which is common as we age. Many older adults experience moments of forgetfulness, especially following significant life changes, such as the loss of a spouse or a reduction in social activities. These situations can lead to temporary forgetfulness and even depression, which can sometimes be mistaken for early signs of dementia. In such cases, it's often referred to as pseudodementia. This condition can mimic the symptoms of dementia, but it's usually caused by depression, not irreversible brain degeneration. With proper treatment and regular exercise, people suffering from pseudodementia can often improve their condition. It's important to get a clear diagnosis from a doctor, as treating depression or other conditions that mimic dementia can make a big difference. In some countries, a dementia diagnosis can lead to significant lifestyle changes, such as the cancellation of a driver's license or other legal issues. If pseudodementia is mistakenly diagnosed as full-blown dementia, It can lead to unnecessary complications in a person's life. So, how can you tell if it's true memory loss or just simple forgetfulness? Here's the key difference. When someone is experiencing normal forgetfulness, they may need a little reminder from others to jog their memory. For example, when you remind them of something they forgot, they'll typically respond with, "Oh, that's right." But with dementia, no amount of prompting helps. The person may not even remember ever having done something, or they might have no recollection of it at all. This is the critical difference, and recognizing it early can help in seeking the right treatment. The more we understand the symptoms and differences, the better equipped we are to handle dementia and its impact on our loved ones. To understand memory, it's important to first know how it works in the brain. Information is stored in the brain, and we rely on the process of retrieving that information when we need it. Forgetfulness occurs when we can't retrieve that stored information efficiently, even though it's still there. In a healthy brain, information is stored and retrieved seamlessly, but when it comes to dementia, the problem isn't just about retrieval, it's about the failure to store the information in the first place. This malfunction becomes more pronounced as dementia progresses, and it starts to interfere with daily life. If you or someone you know is experiencing these issues, it could be an early sign of dementia. One common red flag is when a person remembers things well from the past, but struggles to recall recent memories. If this is happening, it's important to be cautious. Dementia doesn't always feel like forgetting something. Instead, it can feel like a growing inability to remember, which is much more concerning. Another early symptom to look out for is a decline in language skills. A person who used to speak clearly might suddenly begin to slur their words or struggle to form coherent sentences. If someone is having difficulty finding the right words or expressing themselves as they once did, this can be a warning sign. It's also important to pay attention to how someone interacts with objects. If they are unable to identify things they once could, or if their words fail to match what they see, this could be a cause for concern. Changes in personality and behavior are also significant indicators of dementia. A person who was once outgoing may become withdrawn or introverted. Additionally, confusion about the date, time, or location can signal the onset of dementia. If these signs are present, it's crucial to pay close attention and take note of any changes. I keep stressing the importance of recognizing these symptoms because early detection can make a difference. While there is no cure for dementia, early intervention can help manage the disease and slow its progression. The reality is that there is no pill or food that can cure dementia, despite what you might see advertised on TV or online. These products are not medically verified and should be approached with caution. Many people wonder if dementia can truly be cured, and the answer is that it's not something that can be completely reversed. However, with the right treatment and support, it's possible to manage the symptoms, particularly in the early stages. The key is to hold on to cognitive function for as long as possible, and to seek help when early signs of dementia appear. The sooner you act, the better the chances of slowing the progression and maintaining a higher quality of life. It's important to recognize that many of the symptoms associated with dementia can be addressed with early intervention. For Alzheimer's disease, a common type of dementia, there is ongoing medical research aimed at slowing down its progression. Studies have shown that a combination of both drug and non-drug treatments in the early stages can help slow down the disease. In fact, research indicates that those who receive early treatment can reduce the likelihood of needing to move into a nursing home within 5 years by up to 55%. Just think about it, the prospect of spending your later years in a nursing home can be daunting, and it's something many of us hope to avoid. That's why if you notice any warning signs of dementia, it's crucial to take action immediately. Visiting a doctor early on can help identify whether you're in the early stages of dementia, or if the symptoms are linked to something else. If you or a loved one is diagnosed with early-stage dementia or cognitive impairment, seeking help from a dementia care center or health facility can make a world of difference. In these centers, cognitive training and early intervention can help slow the progression of dementia, potentially extending the time before it worsens. Regular checkups and staying alert to warning signs are essential. If any issues arise, don't hesitate to report them and seek medical advice. Early detection and intervention are key. Now, when it comes to preventing dementia, the best approach is to focus on prevention rather than treatment. Prevention starts early, ideally when you are still healthy and there are no significant signs of cognitive decline. Let me walk you through some of the ways you can reduce your risk. Dementia has multiple causes, but the most common type is Alzheimer's disease, which accounts for the majority of dementia cases. In Alzheimer's, beta-amyloid plaques, bad proteins, accumulate in the brain, disrupting the function of nerve cells and leading to their deterioration. Over time, this causes cognitive decline and the eventual destruction of brain cells. To prevent Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia, it's important to manage the risk factors associated with the condition. Some of these include smoking, depression, physical inactivity, social isolation, diabetes, high blood pressure, hearing loss, traumatic brain injuries, and even alcohol consumption. Managing these risks can significantly reduce your chances of developing dementia. Here's what you can do. First and foremost, quit smoking. If you have hearing loss, consider wearing a hearing aid to address the issue before it becomes more serious. Stay active, both physically and socially, to reduce the impact of isolation and inactivity. Maintaining a healthy weight, managing diabetes and high blood pressure, and reducing alcohol consumption are also critical steps to take. By addressing these risk factors, you are actively protecting your brain and overall health. Preventing dementia isn't just about avoiding these risks, it's about taking positive steps to safeguard your well-being. In addition to managing these factors, one of the most important things you can do is support the secretion of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. BDNF is a hormone that helps protect and repair brain cells. Keeping your brain healthy and active is crucial for preventing dementia, and focusing on ways to boost BDNF can go a long way in preserving cognitive function as you age. Prevention is the best strategy, so make sure you're taking care of your health today to protect your future. The more proactive you are, the better your chances of avoiding the devastating effects of dementia. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, is a hormone crucial for the development of the nervous system and memory. It plays an important role in boosting brain function and has been shown to have antidepressant effects. One of its most valuable functions is its ability to clear beta-amyloid plaques from the brain, which are a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. So, how can you increase BDNF levels in your brain? The answer is exercise, and not just any exercise, but exercise that gets your heart rate up. While many older adults engage in walking, which is beneficial, it's important to aim for a bit more intense physical activity. Brisk exercise that makes you break a sweat is the key to increasing BDNF and, in turn, reducing the risk of dementia. If you're concerned about pushing yourself too hard, don't worry, there's no need to overdo it. I recommend using a heart rate monitor, such as a smartwatch, which many people wear these days, to track your progress. To calculate the ideal target heart rate for your age, simply subtract your age from 220 and multiply that number by 0.7. For example, if you're 60 years old, subtract 60 from 220 to get 160, then multiply 160 by 0.7, which gives you 112. This means that a heart rate of around 112 beats per minute is suitable for someone over 60. However, if you're just starting out, don't feel pressured to jump straight to 112. Start with a target heart rate that's around 50 to 60% of that number to ease into it. Aside from exercise, another powerful way to prevent dementia is through mental stimulation. While puzzles like Sudoku may seem like a great brain workout, research suggests that they don't actually offer much in terms of dementia prevention. Instead, engaging in new learning experiences is far more effective. Studies show that the more you learn, the lower your risk of dementia. This means that regardless of your educational background, you can still benefit from ongoing learning. The key is to find activities that challenge your brain and encourage new ways of thinking. Learning doesn't have to be formal, it can include writing, creative activities, and even watching educational videos. For example, watching my videos is a form of learning. But it doesn't stop there. Taking the time to explain what you've learned to others can make it more meaningful and reinforce your memory. This is true learning, and it's a great way to keep your mind sharp. So, if you watch this video, share what you've learned with the people around you. Discussing new concepts, engaging in creative activities, and keeping your mind active can go a long way in preventing dementia and supporting lifelong cognitive health. The most important thing is to keep learning and stay active, both physically and mentally, to protect your brain well into the future. The third important way to prevent dementia is through maintaining strong relationships with others. Our interactions with people, the conversations we have, and the connections we build throughout life are essential for keeping our brains active. Social engagement plays a significant role in cognitive health. For example, even though employees in high-stress jobs, like those in sales, might be under constant pressure, they have a much lower likelihood of developing dementia compared to those who are isolated. This suggests that the more we engage with others, the better it is for our brain health. Being around people, rather than being alone, is key to preventing cognitive decline. In addition to socializing, people often ask about the types of food that can prevent dementia. While no single food can completely stop the progression of dementia, certain foods can support brain function and improve cognitive health. One diet that is especially beneficial for preventing dementia is the MIND diet, which combines elements from the Mediterranean and DASH diets. The MIND diet focuses on foods that boost brain health and restricts those that can harm it. There are 5 foods to avoid: red meat, margarine, cheese, fried foods, and fast food. Instead, there are 10 foods you should make a part of your daily diet: leafy green vegetables, other vegetables, berries, nuts, olive oil, whole grains, fish, beans, poultry, and a small amount of red wine. If you focus on eating whole, natural foods, those that have never been processed, you are already on the right path. Steer clear of processed foods like sausages, ham, and sugary drinks, which are detrimental to your health and can increase the risk of dementia. Another question that often arises is whether living in a bustling city or a quiet rural area has an impact on dementia prevention. While many people believe that a quiet environment is best, it's not just about reducing noise. The real key is maintaining intellectual stimulation and social relationships, which are crucial for brain health. Living in a stimulating, engaging environment where you interact with others and challenge your mind regularly is much more beneficial than living in isolation. A landmark study by Dr. David Snowden, conducted with 678 nuns at the Sisters of Notre Dame in Kentucky, shows the importance of staying mentally and socially active. This long-term study tracked the cognitive functions of the nuns and found that those who continued to engage in intellectual and social activities throughout their lives had a much lower risk of developing dementia, even if their brains showed signs of Alzheimer's-related damage. So, what's the best way to prevent dementia? It's simple: stay actively involved in life. Keep learning, meet new people, and engage in meaningful work and hobbies. These activities not only keep your brain sharp but can also enrich your life as you age. It's never too late to start. I, for example, began my YouTube journey later in life, and I can tell you that it's been an incredibly rewarding experience. You can always find new things to challenge and excite you. This is what keeps the brain young and healthy. Remember, maintaining an active, engaged lifestyle, full of learning and social interaction, is one of the most effective ways to prevent dementia. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and leave a like. Let's keep our minds and bodies healthy, thriving, and blooming every day. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Keep up the great work in taking care of your health. This that you eat every day after meals causes dementia. Humans have never consumed certain substances in the last 7 million years of evolution. Over time, these harmful substances, such as heavy metals, accumulate in our brains and can eventually lead to conditions like dementia. When consumed over extended periods, 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, these substances build up, causing significant harm, including cancer. Dementia is becoming increasingly widespread, and there is a growing body of undeniable scientific evidence supporting this. We often see ads on TV promoting cancer and dementia insurance, reflecting the severity of these diseases. The truth is alarming: 1 in 3 people with cancer will also develop dementia, and 1 in 6 people overall will face dementia. The statistics in the US are similarly concerning. The reality is that our brains weren't designed to suffer from dementia, and the belief that medication alone can prevent it is misguided. Preventing dementia starts with how we eat, digest, and eliminate waste from our bodies. It's critical to understand that sugar is harmful to us. While some people try to replace sugar with artificial sweeteners, this is not a healthy alternative. Even though artificial sweeteners don't spike blood sugar, they still pose a significant risk to our health. Sugar itself isn't inherently bad. Humans are naturally attracted to sweetness, which helped us evolve. Fruits, for example, are sweet to encourage consumption and seed dispersal, ensuring plant reproduction. However, the problem arises when sugar is overly processed, cheapened, and stripped of nutrients. The situation worsens when artificial sweeteners, which are hundreds of times sweeter than sugar, are used instead. Aspartame, one of the most concerning artificial sweeteners, doesn't raise blood sugar but has been recently classified as a harmful substance. It's found in diet sodas and even in traditional Korean drinks like makgeolli. The reason for using aspartame is that it's cheap to produce, but it's derived from methanol, a deadly poison for humans. It's okay to limit sugar intake, but replacing it with artificial sweeteners or other harmful substances is not the solution. The drive to make food sweeter often comes down to cost, but we must be aware of the health risks these substances pose. Let me simplify this further. The problem begins with methanol, a substance that humans cannot metabolize. Methanol is a deadly poison that can be fatal if ingested. While reducing sugar intake is important, replacing it with artificial sweeteners is not the answer. Artificial sweeteners have been linked to cancer for decades, and they contribute to dementia as well. Therefore, while sugar is harmful, using artificial sweeteners as a substitute is a mistake. To prevent dementia, we must first understand what not to eat before looking for miracle foods or secret remedies. So, what should we focus on? We need to prioritize foods that are genuinely good for our bodies. Most people are aware that sugar, which raises blood sugar levels, is a major health problem. A recent massive transplant experiment at Mount Sinai Medical School in New York discovered that glycation products created when proteins are heated and mixed with sugar create toxic substances. These substances, when mutated, are deadly and are things humans have never encountered in the past 7 million years. Heavy metals accumulate in our brains in the same way, and mercury, a deadly heavy metal, is one such example. Once it enters the body, it doesn't leave, and eventually, it reaches the brain. The brain has a barrier called the blood-brain barrier, designed to filter out harmful substances. However, this barrier doesn't filter out everything. And when toxins reach the brain, especially in the fetus, it becomes a grave danger. We must understand the serious implications of these substances for our health and take steps to protect ourselves. Heavy metals and sugar toxins are particularly dangerous because they can eventually lead to dementia. I've often warned about the risks of eating French fries, as they contain acrylamide, a typical sugar toxin. Many people mistakenly believe that potatoes and fried foods are healthy, but when potatoes are fried, the concentration of sugar toxins can increase up to 100 times. When meat is fried or grilled, like in hamburgers or French fries, the toxin levels can rise even further, by 5 to 10 times. The key takeaway here is that consuming grilled or fried meat, especially meat grilled over charcoal, is harmful to your health. I've ranked the 10 worst foods in terms of their impact when grilled over charcoal, and the worst offender is the skin of grilled chicken legs. Processed meats like Vienna sausages and Spam also become problematic when grilled. When meat is cooked over charcoal, a substance called benzopyrene is produced, and extensive studies have shown that this substance is harmful. These toxins are linked to the development of dementia, and studies indicate that food preparation methods like grilling over direct heat can create substances that contribute to cognitive decline. Bacon, for example, though delicious, is another food that contributes to dementia due to its high levels of toxins. If you're truly concerned about preventing dementia, it's essential to avoid fried foods, grilled meats especially those cooked over charcoal, and French fries. Instead, consider cooking methods like those used for pig's feet, similar to bas sam, a Korean dish. Knowing and understanding this kind of health information is crucial for preventing dementia. The research from Mount Sinai Medical School isn't just theoretical. In their experiments, they injected certain substances and observed that large amounts of beta-amyloid proteins were produced, which led to a significant decline in brain function and, ultimately, dementia. This finding aligns with what we already know about how the body reacts to these harmful toxins. While there are medications for dementia, they don't actually prevent or improve the condition, they only delay its onset. The side effects of these treatments are significant. Many people are also misled by supplements marketed as solutions to prevent dementia. These functional foods are often touted as disease-preventing tools, but they are really just nutritional supplements that are not necessarily effective. In the US, these supplements are classified as nutrients, not medicine, so it's important to be cautious and not be fooled by products that claim to prevent or cure diseases. The product I'm discussing here is not a medicine that can cure or prevent diseases. I want to make it clear that I'm sharing this based on personal experience, and it may or may not work for you. This information is meant to be general health advice, not a specific endorsement of any product's efficacy. There are already many vitamins on the market such as multivitamins, omega-3, magnesium, calcium, and probiotics. However, the side effects of these supplements are becoming more apparent. In our country, even doctors are no longer prescribing many of these supplements, and in the US, doctors have started advising against omega-3 supplements, despite their continued popularity. While omega-3 may have some long-term benefits, we must acknowledge that any artificially created product can have negative consequences for the body. The liver and kidneys don't tolerate processed substances well, and that includes supplements. Taking nutritional supplements may initially seem beneficial, possibly due to the placebo effect, but after several months, whether it's 3, 6, or 12 months, the effects accumulate and can lead to serious health issues. Ultimately, these effects can contribute to conditions like cancer and dementia, both of which are scientifically proven risks. There's plenty of data supporting these claims, but it's not easily accessible because it doesn't generate profit. When choosing supplements, it's crucial to be a smart consumer. There is no special nutritional supplement or food that can prevent dementia, and I hope that's clearer now. Humans were originally meant to live without dementia well into their 120s. And to achieve that, we need to return to the foods our ancestors ate. This is why I advocate for a minimal approach to overeating. I've mentioned the 7:3 rule, which reflects the difficulty of completely avoiding processed foods. Instead, we should focus on limiting animal products. You can eat as much meat as you want, enjoy eggs and milk, and if that's still not enough, consider taking nutritional supplements. If necessary, you can use protein powder. But remember, protein is the most difficult molecule for our bodies to digest, absorb, and excrete. When protein is artificially processed, it can turn into a sugar toxin, and once it's heated, everything changes. This is why we must be cautious with what we consume and focus on foods that align with our natural evolution. Now that you understand the importance of consuming foods rich in living enzymes essential for maintaining our health, it's crucial to make these nutrient-dense foods a regular part of your diet. However, even with this knowledge, it can be challenging to consume enough of these raw, natural foods in their unprocessed form. That's why I recommend grinding them into a more manageable form. Grinding fruits and vegetables helps preserve their enzymes while making them easier to digest. But even when grinding, remember that the dietary fiber in these foods plays a vital role in maintaining digestive health. For those who may find it uncomfortable to consume large amounts of fiber, juicing is an excellent alternative. It allows you to benefit from the living nutrients found in fruits and vegetables in a more concentrated form. Over the years, I've experimented with various methods of obtaining nutrients from extracts to superfoods. I've tried everything from moonflower seeds to other specialty foods, but there was one vegetable that stood out to me, a vegetable that is incredibly beneficial for the body but only lasts for 2 weeks after being harvested. This vegetable, when combined with others, became a cornerstone of my health regimen. If you're wondering what to eat every morning to kickstart your day with energy and promote longevity, my answer is simple: apples. Apples are packed with essential vitamins and minerals that support overall health and are known for their longevity benefits. Another vegetable I recommend is cabbage, which has been proven to be one of the best foods for supporting a healthy stomach. Together, these ingredients provide a strong foundation for wellness. Additionally, carrots are excellent for promoting good vision and eye health. I decided to combine these 3 ingredients, cabbage, carrots, and apples, into a juice I call CCA juice. The name comes from the first letters of each of these powerful ingredients. If you drink this juice daily for just 2 weeks, I'm confident that you'll notice positive changes in your body. Not only will you feel more energized, but you'll also experience improvements in digestion and overall health. I've seen it work for myself and for many others who have followed this simple, effective routine. For the past 10 years, I've been advocating for minimal overeating and emphasizing the importance of a plant-based diet. During this time, I've encountered many cases where reducing animal products, especially meat, has had a profound impact on emotional well-being. People who limit their meat intake and focus on consuming more vegetables often report feeling less stressed, less irritable, and more balanced. They become calmer, gentler, and more in control of their emotions. On the other hand, studies show that people who consume large amounts of meat are more prone to mood swings and irritability. This reinforces the idea that our mental health is closely tied to the foods we eat. Mental illness, whether inherited or developed over time, is closely linked to diet. The foods we eat can either exacerbate or alleviate symptoms of mental health conditions. One of the best ways to detoxify the body and support mental health is to follow a diet that emphasizes whole, plant-based foods. A minimal diet, free from excessive processed foods and animal products, can help reduce the risk of developing mental health issues and improve overall well-being. Juicing is one of the most effective ways to get the nutrients you need without having to consume large quantities of food. For people who struggle to eat enough vegetables or fiber, juicing makes it easy to absorb essential vitamins, minerals, and enzymes in a concentrated form. I've personally seen the benefits of juicing, especially in cases where mental health issues have improved after consistent juicing. Famous hospitals, including a renowned Swiss clinic, have seen success in treating patients with mental health challenges by incorporating apple juice, carrot juice, and other vegetable-based juices into their treatment plans. While these juices are not a cure-all, they play an important role in supporting mental health and overall wellness. That's why I encourage you to incorporate apple, carrot, and cabbage into your daily routine. These 3 simple ingredients can have a profound impact on your health, both physically and mentally. If you start drinking this juice consistently, you'll likely begin to notice improvements in digestion, energy levels, and overall mood. At the very least, you'll be nourishing your body with the nutrients it needs to function at its best. If you're ready to embark on this journey toward better health, I recommend starting with small steps to incorporate these foods into your diet. It's not about perfection but about making gradual, sustainable changes that will improve your well-being over time. Whether you begin with a glass of CCA juice each morning or add more vegetables to your meals, you're taking an important step toward preventing chronic diseases, improving mental health, and ultimately living a longer, healthier life. Let's start embracing these simple, natural solutions for better health. The path to a healthier life doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, the most effective changes are the simplest ones, like adding fresh, living foods into our diets. With time, consistency, and the right mindset, you will start to feel the positive effects of these changes in both your body and mind. So, start today, drink your CCA juice. Enjoy the benefits of natural foods, and take control of your health. The number 1 best food to kill cancer cells. There are cases where people only receive chemotherapy and never leave the hospital. Their immune systems become so weak that they are often trapped in a cycle of constant medical intervention. These people, though, aren't lost causes. In fact, many are managing to survive or even reverse their conditions by actively fighting cancer, and I believe there's something crucial you can do to help yourself too. By making a small but powerful change in your lifestyle, investing just 3 months, you can see dramatic results. In that time, you'll notice your blood sugar levels dropping, your blood pressure decreasing, and your cholesterol levels falling. After just 3 months, you will likely find that many of the chronic issues you've been suffering from will be significantly reduced, and you will feel a lot better overall. For cancer patients diagnosed in the early stages, stage 1 or 2, surgery is an option, and the survival rate with chemotherapy alone can be as high as 80%. Certain cancers, such as thyroid cancer and early-stage gastric cancer, have recovery rates of over 95%, so it's important to seek aggressive treatment if diagnosed with these types of cancers. However, when cancer reaches stage 3 or 4, the situation becomes much more challenging. The 5-year survival rate for advanced cancers can fall below 50%. For common cancers in the U.S., such as stomach cancer, colon cancer, and lung cancer, the recurrence rate is often higher than 50%, which makes it more difficult to achieve a full recovery. This is why consistent, comprehensive treatment is crucial. Even though chemotherapy alone has a very low success rate for treating ovarian cancer, many people still go to university hospitals like students going to school, believing that it's the best route. It's truly heartbreaking to witness because these individuals are often unaware that chemotherapy alone may not be enough, and it can even hasten their decline. At first, their cancer may be in stages 1 or 2, but if the cancer recurs or metastasizes, it enters what is known as advanced cancer, which is much harder to treat. Advanced cancer is often treated with chemotherapy alone, but the chances of a full recovery are alarmingly low, sometimes close to 0. Even so, people continue to go to the hospital, clinging to the hope that a professor or doctor might somehow cure them with only chemotherapy. This can be devastating because, despite knowing that chemotherapy brings significant risks and side effects, patients have little choice but to go along with it. Chemotherapy, while aimed at treating cancer, severely weakens the immune system. The drugs used in chemotherapy lower white blood cell counts and impair bone marrow function, leaving patients vulnerable to infections. The risks of chemotherapy include serious complications like sepsis, where harmful bacteria overwhelm the body and there's no longer enough immunity to fight them off. In some cases, chemotherapy may leave the body so weak that even patients who walked into the hospital feeling fine may end up unable to leave. When immunity drops too low, complications like pulmonary embolism can arise. And unfortunately, many people lose their lives to the side effects of treatment rather than the cancer itself. The truth is, chemotherapy damages not just the cancer cells, but everything within our bodies. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, all of these are impacted by the destructive effects of these chemicals. That's why it's crucial to take a holistic approach to cancer treatment, one that strengthens your body's defenses, boosts immunity, and helps you fight cancer with every possible resource at your disposal. The solution is not just in traditional medical treatments. It's about taking control of your health, nourishing your body with the right foods, and seeking alternative ways to combat the disease. The number one food I recommend can be a game changer in your fight against cancer, helping you regain strength, boost immunity, and improve your chances of recovery. The power of a natural, plant-based diet for cancer prevention and overall health. If bacteria take over, sepsis can occur, and the chances of death become extremely high. You already know that prevention is key, and there are many diets. One of the most effective diets is the brown rice diet. Along with a whole grain diet, there's also a plant-based diet that can be transformative. This is called the natural whole grain, natural plant diet. If you make brown rice a regular part of your diet, you can significantly reduce your risk of cancer. While it's a highly effective preventive measure, it's much harder for children to stick to because of the allure of delicious, processed foods that are all around us. However, if you make a commitment and invest just 3 months into adopting a whole grain, natural, and plant-based diet, you will see remarkable changes. After just 3 months, your body will start adjusting to this way of eating, and you'll feel healthier and more energetic than ever before. The key is consistency. Stick to it, and you'll experience transformative results. Professor TBS has highlighted that cancer prevention and treatment require different approaches. It's well known that a vegetarian diet can help prevent cancer, but it's not recommended to rely solely on a vegetarian diet to treat cancer. When you're undergoing cancer treatment, especially chemotherapy, your immune system is already weakened, and your body is losing strength. Many people, however, insist on sticking to a vegetarian diet during treatment, and unfortunately, they often fail to maintain the physical strength needed to fight the disease effectively. That's why experts always stress the importance of eating a balanced diet that includes both plant-based foods and animal products when necessary.